I guess I should begin by telling you that I'm a fellow teacher. I'm a full professor at San Francisco State. I have 27 years of experience in a classroom, 23 years at a public university in San Francisco State, where I teach many students who matriculate out of the Oakland public high school system. And I also have several years of experience before that teaching at UC Berkeley and also St. Mary's College. On sabbaticals, I've taught in France before, en français, and also in New York at the New School for Social Research. So I have that in my background, and for what it's worth, if we're talking about education, my father was a professor and a physicist. My mother is a PhD also from Cal in the European Studies. My older brother is a musicologist and a teacher of music, and my younger brother is also a professor. So this is the family business, and what that means is that education is very important to us. And important in this particular way. My parents are immigrants to this country. Education was the key for my father out of a life of poverty. He was born in a village in Iran. His parents were uneducated, and the only way he got out of his existence there was by virtue of the fact that he was very bright and gifted at math and received a math scholarship at the age of 14. Courtesy, I'm sorry to say, of British Petroleum, but that was in the 1930s, which was trying to colonize and develop in Iran at the time, and that gave him a ticket to England, where he ended up sitting out World War II and earning different degrees in engineering and physics. That educational opportunity allowed him to see things that he would never have seen before. And when he returned to Iran after the Second World War, he found that he wasn't welcome there anymore because he had become westernized. But his education gave him a passport to the rest of the world and eventually landed him here. I was born in Texas, by the way, Dallas, Texas, and my family moved from town to town, Dallas to Champaign-Urbana to Palo Alto, that's SMU, University of Illinois, and Stanford University. And finally to a small valley town in California, in the San Joaquin Valley called Turlock, where my father founded a physics department at a new Cal State school. This has always been for us something of great significance, and my point about mentioning immigration is education is the key for people who come to this country. It's the key for anyone who lives here to within a single generation produce the next generation of people who can do better than their forebears. It is the great equalizer. It is the thing that makes America the land of opportunity, and it is a great neglected part of our system in terms of what we give investment to. For me, it will always be a high priority. It's what I've given most of my life to as an adult, and it's what I'll give a great deal of my attention to as your next mayor. A little later this evening, I'll talk about what the relationship between the mayor of Oakland's office should be and is, normatively and factually, in this school district. But let me just say at the outset that I plan to be a vigorous partner and ally to the school district and to the superintendent, and frankly, to any school teacher who will allow me to visit their classroom in this city. As I mentioned earlier, I have a lot of students at San Francisco State University in upper division social science classes, the kind that I teach, which are in political science, constitutional law, and communication. And many of these students are really very bright, but unfortunately many of them that come from the Oakland public school system sometimes demonstrate foundational difficulties with literacy, a difficulty doing subject, verb, object in their writing. And they're 21 or 22 years old. And at that point in a class that's already too large to have everybody, I can't stop the class and teach them these things again. The fact that they got to university is a sign of their intelligence. The fact that they have some things lacking is a sign of problems in the school district with respect to resource allocation. That's a problem we have to address, and it is something I see on a personal level. It's something that as an educator I feel a responsibility for and to as well. So in the next 48 years, 4 to 8 years, not 48, as your mayor, I will be a vigorous partner with this school district. Literacy is something that's very important to me, but dealing with those questions of resource allocation is also something I care very deeply about, and I will be that partner with the school district.